Welcome back to Inspiring Builds. I'm Dan, and in a previous video I assembled and reviewed
what is arguably the best value drill press. At only $250, it has a lot of features of similar models costing upwards of $1,000. However, it needs a bigger table. If you need a bigger table for your drill press, this is the video for you, as today we are going to install a WEN drill press table that will fit pretty much any drill press.
I thought about building my own, but for $50, this is a steal, and it's hard to even get the hardware for that price.
This table is a WEN DPA2513 that I will provide a link to in the description below and measures almost 24 inches long by 12 inches wide. There are two options for installing the table. To install the table without using through slots, slide the heads of the long bolts into the back T-track with one on each side and one in the front of the T-track. This is an example of how it will look without using through slots. I'm going to use the second option and use the through slots to install my table. Remove the knob, washer, and clamp bushing from the bolts. Slide the heads of the long bolts into the back T-track and position the bolts so that they fit through the slots on the metal drill press table. Place them through the slots. The narrow end of the table should be by the drill press column. Attach the clamp to the bolt. When installing the clamp bushings, it's important to ensure that they are properly seated into the clamps and one of the two grooves shown here. The rounded tops of the bushing should mate with one of the rounded grooves in the clamps. Also, if you find that the clamps don't sit flat and secure against the bottom of the drill press table, then you can use blocks as another option underneath the drill press table to even out the clamps. Slide on the washer next, and lastly, the knob. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any of these tutorials. For most secure clamping, have the clamps resting against a flat surface underneath the table. Repeat the same process on the other side, starting with the clamp, then clamp bushing, washer, and knob. Before fully tightening the knobs, I ensured the drill press table was properly aligned and centered. I found it easiest to slide in the table insert, turn on the laser, and measure the distance between the T-track. I adjusted the table until the distance was the same on both sides. Again, even though this is a WEN table, it will fit almost any drill press table regardless of the manufacturer. Once the table is aligned and centered, fully tighten the knobs on the clamp assemblies. There are 3 clamps total. You can install the third clamp into the front T-track if desired. The pair of shorter bolts are for the fence. Place each bolt through the bottom of the fence. Let me know in the comments below what you like about a drill press table best, whether it's simply for an increased work area, a fence, a stop block, or hold down clamps. Slide on the washer and secure with a knob. Do not fully tighten it down as it needs to be loose for the bolts to slide in the T-tracks. The fence should be positioned with the T-track towards the top and facing you. Align the bolt heads with the T-tracks on the table and slide the fence onto the table. Position the fence to the desired position and lock it into place by fully tightening the knobs. The table comes with the measuring tape on both sides of the T-track. Assembling the stop block is very simple. This is the single bolt that is the shortest one. Place the bolt through the stop block and on the other side slide on the washer and thread the stop block knob onto the bolt, but do not fully tighten it down so there is room for the T-bolt to slide into the T-track. Slide the T-bolt through the T-track on the fence and slide the stop block to the desired position and lock it into place by fully tightening the knob. This is a nice feature for fast repeatable drill holes and is fast and easy to move and lock into place. The last 2 long bolts are for the hold down clamps. These will be installed the same way as the clamp assemblies under the table, but no need to remove the clamp bushing, washer, and knob. Slide the bolts through the hold down clamps and then into the T-tracks on top of the table. These will be used to clamp down your workpiece by ensuring the clamp bushings are seated properly in the clamps and then tightening down the knobs. WEN included a table insert that is easy to remove and flip around to get the maximum use before replacing it. For me, it's too nice to use, and I'll set it aside to use as a template to make additional table inserts. If you don't have a planer, I found that Menards has a 3/8 inch board that is 3 feet long that will work to make several table inserts that I recommend doing. My right-hand man had a good eye and picked out 2 boards that were nice and straight and wasn't cupped. It's awesome teaching these details at this age. I'm glad there were 2 of us, as Menards could use improvement with marking their aisles, and this board was stored upstairs. I set the table saw at 2 7/8 of an inch to align with the width and ripped down the 3-foot section. I'll provide a link in the description to the featherboard and push stick to help with safe and accurate cuts. The width came out perfect. Now it's time to bust out the crosscut sled. I made this crosscut sled beginner friendly, so check out the video if you need to build one. Mark the length of the insert, which came out at 5 1/8 inch. For repeatable cuts on the crosscut sled, you don't need anything fancy. A simple block of wood and clamp will get the job done with fast repeatable cuts. After the first insert, I wanted to do a test fit before cutting the rest, and it fit great. Each 3-foot board that only cost a little over $3 will give you 6 replacement table inserts. Many people ask me why you need a table insert, or why can you not use the one that came with the drill press. You certainly can use the one that came with the drill press, but over time it will need replaced, therefore I keep it on hand as a template to make others. You want a table insert as it helps eliminate blowout while drilling. As you can see on this test piece, when flipping it over, it's a nice clean drill hole with 0 tear out. After a lot of drilling and the insert needs replaced, you can simply flip it over and use the other side. Another option is slightly offsetting the table left or right so you can rotate the table insert to maximize its use. This was part 3 of the drill press series. Let me know if you'd like to see a video on multiple upgrades for your drill press. I really appreciate you watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I release new videos.